Good morning, fight fans. I'm Jay Cotto, the Boxing Jedi, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Temple. You know, there are a lot of people out there who swear they're fans, right? There are a lot of people that swear that they're part of something. There are people out there that swear that they stand by whatever sport that they watch, right? Like mixed martial arts, let's just say, for instance. Now, I was told earlier on a comment from yesterday's video that I made that I wasn't supposed to start talking about MMA in any way. Well, let me ask that person, because I'm not going to single you out, because there are a lot of these stupid motherfuckers. Not calling you stupid, but you'll see why I just said that. You see, when an MMA fighter decides to sell himself the fuck out and come to boxing and then go to boxing and have no type of mechanics, it is you MMA fucking fans that lose your shit, right? Doesn't matter exactly what, because, you know, you want to talk about welterweight versus a heavyweight or whatever the fuck, cruiserweight or whatever the fuck. First of all, in UFC, a welterweight goes to 175. That's not a fucking welterweight. That's a fucking light heavyweight in boxing. A welterweight in boxing is 147 fucking pounds. I don't want to hear excuses. Tyrone Woodley lost because Tyrone Woodley couldn't pull the trigger because Tyrone Woodley can't box. A lot of these MMA fighters can't box. Why? Because they either have a wrestling background or jiu-jitsu, anything that takes to the ground, anything that takes to a grapple, anything that takes to a suplex, anything that takes to a leg lock, an ankle lock. How is it that you guys seem like you're so proficient in speaking about the sport, but yet you can't take in the criticisms of your sport and your fucking fighters when they sell themselves out? Yes, because they too have sold out, coming to a boxing platform. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, but Clarissa Shields. First of all, us boxing fans, we don't give a fuck about young, marvelous Marvin Hagler, a.k.a. Clarissa Shields. We don't care about her. Riddick Bowe's daughter. We don't care. Young Riddick Bowe. We don't care about her. She's obnoxious. She likes talking shit about boxing because she can't cut it in boxing. Yeah, she's unified. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the fuck she is. Her whole complaint is about money. It's not about what her accolades. So if she's upset because she can't make money and she decided to go MMA and she's making more money in MMA, which I doubt that very much, then stay the fuck over there. And everybody else that's lined up behind Clarissa Shields in boxing, let me explain something to you. Transitioning into this fucking hybrid boxing, you two are selling out the sport. Both of y'all, the boxers and the MMA fighters, you're both selling yourselves short. And you know who you're selling short to? The real fucking fight fans that don't want no part of this bullshit. Now, instead of criticizing me, you MMA followers, right? Why don't you take a good look at yourselves and tell yourselves, why am I putting a whole fucking ADT shield in front of these fucking MMA fighters? Why is it that you guys can't speak like I'm speaking and many others in boxing, where we say our fighters are fucking sellouts? But the problem here is that Jake Paul is not a professional boxer. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When you pick and choose and you go only for guys that are not really strikers, and you could call them strikers because the striking in MMA is totally different than fucking boxing. They're striking in boxing. This is what guys like to do. This is what you guys like to do. You know, you like to, oh, don't talk about this person. Oh, let's start trash talking MMA. Or nobody's trash talking MMA. If you can't take criticisms, then you shouldn't write on anybody's fucking fight page on anybody's reports, just to throw an ADT shield to make you feel secure that your little MMA sport, okay, is not compared to anything else, or it's not being torn down. It's called criticisms. And a lot of you guys can't take them criticisms. Why? Because you lie to yourselves. You lie to yourselves. For me personally, and this is another thing, people can't tell me what I watch or don't watch. I don't watch MMA these days because MMA is bullshit these days, bro. And I'm starting not to watch certain boxing promotions because they're producing bullshit too. So instead of, coming on people's pages and trying to tell them what to do and how to feel and how, how to be opinionated, why don't you guys use your own opinions on your own sport, MMA, right? Why don't you guys do that and tell them, keep this shit over here, like us fight fans are telling our boxers, keep this shit over here. Keep boxing with boxing and keep MMA with MMA. Because as long as an MMA fighter gets into a squared circle, the boxing ring, they will always lose, bro. Different mechanics. People want to talk about weights, and before you say anything to a person that knows what they're talking about in combat sports, whether it's mixed martial arts, whether it's boxing, whether it's Greco-Roman wrestling, whatever, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter here is that welterweight in UFC is 175. And welterweight in boxing is 147. Something wrong with that picture there? Of course there is. Just like there's something wrong with the picture in their striking, their movement, their whole fucking mechanics. If you'd like to unsub from my channel because you don't like the way I'm speaking on MMA and these fake boxers that are saying they want to do this for boxing, that for boxing, but then at the same time, they're not doing a damn thing. Let's take a good look at exactly what fucking Flake Paul said yesterday, right? Flake Paul said, "Oh, I'm gonna take some time off. I haven't went to the dentist." What the fuck does that have to do with you answering the call from Tommy Fury? You saw the kick a box, huh? You saw Tommy Fury could box, huh? I bet Tommy Fury would knock Jake Paul the fuck out, right? But that won't happen. You know why? Because in boxing, there are guys that are like fucking ringmasters, right? Barnum and Bailey Circus, where they'll hoe out the sport, and they'll keep putting these fucking jokes. Like you got a guy that does YouTube that all of a sudden got his boxing license, that all of a sudden is just fighting MMA fighters, but yet he's placing himself into boxing, not fighting one fucking boxer. You see, MMA fans, I can go in on my sport. You know why? Because I'm wholeheartedly sick of this shit. Why is it that you can't get into your sport and get up in the asses of your fighters instead of trying to get into the asses of uploaders that are actually trying to correct their fucking sport? You see, because when I say that MMA fighters need to study their mechanics, your asshole or your Twinkies shouldn't be fucking swollen because I'm criticizing both of them. And I'll say it again, I don't give a fuck if whoever doesn't like it. If you don't like it, unsubscribe, because you're going to find real channels that are saying the same shit I'm saying. So it's better that you stay here. But if you want to go, I'll give you the nice boot up your ass and get the fuck out of here. And don't call yourself a fucking hardcore fan or call yourself a fanboy. Because whenever somebody throws in a Sloman shield like that in front of their fucking sport and fighters and start trying to tell a fucking, an uploader that knows what the fuck he's talking about, that has seen more combat sports than most of you motherfuckers that come onto the comment section and try to, oh, you shouldn't be saying this, and oh, let's not start trash talking that. And listen, I'll trash talk whatever the fuck I want, because my trash talk is really taking out the garbage, because it's the fucking truth. None of these fucking wrestlers, strikers belong in boxing. And none of these boxers belong in fucking MMA. I think I am the most unbiased motherfucker on here when I say these things. And if you fucking MMA fangirls can't get over the fact that your MMA fighters are making themselves look fucking terrible and making your sport look terrible, why are you coming here? Why are you coming to us fucking boxing fans? And when we criticize your fucking sport along with ours, see, for some reason you guys omit the fact, like I just did not, that I'm getting into my fighter's ass. But the thing is that Jake Paul is not a fucking boxer. Jake Paul is a fucking hype. He's a sideshow. Las Vegas acts and shit like that. I'm criticizing the sport and how they've allowed this shit to become a fuckery. You MMA fans need to really like man the fuck up and start getting to your sport and start telling them motherfuckers stop selling yourself short for a fucking payday. Because obviously when they come to boxing, they get paid more than they do in MMA. So wholeheartedly, y'all can kiss my fucking shiitake mushroom fucking tip, son, if you don't like exactly what the fuck I'm saying about any type of combat sport. It really doesn't fucking matter. These are the facts. Tyron Woodley, yes, is a great striker in MMA. That one punch wasn't going to work in boxing. He don't have the mechanics. These are facts. You don't like it? Get the fuck off my channel. You're taking that as bashing? There's something wrong with you. In your fucking mental. There's really something wrong with you. If you guys are going to get all hurt in the ass, don't call yourself fans. Call yourself fanboys. I ain't never seen a bunch of fucking women that come onto the fight page and supposed to be, you know, all fucking getting heartbroken because one of the MMA fighters failed yesterday. When you get in that ring, you're supposed to be repaired. You're supposed to be prepared. Tyron Woodley did not have enough time to prepare. Tyron Woodley is not a boxer. Jake Paul is not a boxer. Jake Paul is not a pugilist specialist. So let's stop pretending like all Jake Cotto's doing, that all the Jedi is doing. That all the Jedi is doing is knocking down MMA. That's a fucking lie. And y'all need to pack your shit. And if you don't like what I'm saying, get off my fucking channel. But I give you fair warning. You're going to find other channels speaking the same way that I am, if they're real as I am. So you're going to be in four corners. So maybe you MMA fans shouldn't be watching boxing if it triggers you so much about certain criticisms of your sport. This boxing hybrid shit gotta stop. And just like I get into the MMA fucking fighters' asses, I get into the sport of boxing's ass itself. We don't want this shit no more. This shit is stupid. And stop it. And at the same time, a lot of you guys who came on the video yesterday all fucking butthurt, do you guys read titles? You guys know what context clues is? Because I think if you read the title, it does say, can we please stop this boxing entertainment? You see, that's what's wrong with fanboys. So I hope that that person that wrote on there can actually take a deep breath now and understand that not only did I get into the ass of your sport, I got into the ass of my sport. And I'm getting into the ass of my sport mainly because it's coming from my sport. It sucks. And I don't want it. And neither do other fight fans. Otherwise than that, my name is Jake Cotto, the Boxing Jedi. Not the MMA Jedi. Not the Combat Sports Jedi. The Boxing Jedi. Take your criticisms and stick them up your ass. God bless. Stay vigilant.